So in this chapter number 6, working with spreadsheet, we are going to learn how to edit and format a worksheet, perform various operations on worksheets like insert, delete row, column, and cell, changing row height and column width, copying and moving data, using fill handle to autofill the series of data value, custom list to fill data. Okay, how to create these. And we'll also learn how to select the cell, entering various type of data, modifying content of cell, undo and redo feature, performing operations on cell, column, row, and custom list. So here we have this lady teacher who's teaching the class. She says, "Good morning, class. Yesterday we had a great practical session. We saw how we can create Excel workbook and the different parts of a worksheet." So here she's saying how we have learned about how we have created the different spreadsheet in a workbook. This is what we have learned in our chapter 5 as well. Okay. Then, yes, Miss Sharma, and we also learn how to enter our data into cell and organize it in row and columns. It was fun making our class mark sheet. So this is what the kids are saying. Then the teacher says, "Well, Rohan, imagine you're writing a special report for a project. Would you just use a plain pencil or white paper, or would you use different color, bold, important words, or make headings stand out?" "Oh, I definitely make it look nice. I use bright color for heading, maybe underlining important points and make it the title bigger." Okay, the child was telling the teacher, "Yes, I would prefer making the document attractive." Exactly. And it's the same with our data in the spreadsheet. Today, we are going to learn how to make our data look appealing, easy to read, and highlight important information. This process is called formatting data. So, over here, the teacher is telling the child about formatting data, how you can make your data more presentable with Excel. Okay, so let us see over here. We have uh, about selecting cells is the first topic in this chapter. And also, they are providing us the information about earlier. You learned the basic of what the spreadsheet is and how it helped us organize data. Now, let us explore some more powerful feature that make worksheet a remarkably useful tool for various tasks. Over here, it is telling us about the previous chapter that we have done in Excel. Okay, so over there we have learned the basic things about spreadsheet, how to create workbook, how to create spreadsheet in it, how to organize the data. Now, further, we have few more things. Selecting cell. Now, to perform any operation in a spreadsheet, you must first select the cell. A cell is the intersection of row and column in a worksheet. There are several ways to select cell depending upon the operation you want to perform. So let us start our Excel now. So we have our Excel here, and let me just minimize the size so that you can see. Okay, we have this Excel, and over here we have the columns and the rows. These vertical ones with A, B, C, D as heading are the columns, and the horizontal ones, 1, 2, 3 as numbers, are the rows. So when there is the intersection of a row and a column, it makes a cell. in which we can put our data. So how would we select the cell? By just clicking on it. Okay. And also in the address, you can see whatever cell I'm clicking on, it is showing the address of that also over here. Okay. Okay. Wherever I am clicking, it is showing the address in the name box. Now selecting a range of adjacent cell. Range means so many cells which are adjacent to each other. You can select a group of cells that are adjacent to each other either in a row or a column. Over here it says this one, that's selecting a range of adjacent cells. You can select the group of cells that are adjacent to each other either in a row or a column in a rectangular box like this or maybe like this. To select a row or a column of adjacent cells, click on the first cell and drag the mouse across the cell you want to select. Okay, like this example they have given over here. Second is to select the rectangular block of cells. Click on the top left corner cell of the block, then drag your mouse diagonally to the bottom right cell. So over here I have my mouse. When I'm clicking on the cell and I'm just dragging it horizontally, it is selecting the adjacent cell, making this rectangular box. If I want to make a block of selection, so I can just move my mouse by clicking on the mouse button and dragging it diagonally. I'll be able to select the block of cell. Okay, now let us understand how to select non-adjacent cell. You can also select cells that are not next to each other. Okay, how to select that? Let's see. For the non-adjacent cell, maybe I want to select one over here. I will press Control key on my keyboard and keep on selecting the other cells. This is how I can select non-adjacent cells. Okay, by pressing Control key on my keyboard and keep on selecting the cell with my mouse. Then we have selecting an entire row. To select an entire row, click on the row number. This I have already told you, like this. Maybe 10th row I want to select, 20th one, 4th one, 12th one. Whatever row I want to select, I'll have to just click on the number. Then selecting entire column, I'll just be clicking on the column, maybe D column I want to select, maybe G, maybe D, maybe F. I can just click on the alphabet. Selecting the entire worksheet. To select every cell in a worksheet, you have select all button, that is Control plus A. Okay, now we're here. If I'll click on this part, this small box over here, it is going to automatically select my complete sheet. Okay, or I can press Control A from my keyboard and I'll be able to select my whole worksheet. Control and A, everything is selected. So this is how we can select non-adjacent cell and selecting the whole worksheet at once by Control A. Select all. Now here we have some MCQs. Let us see. First, what is each individual box in a spreadsheet called? It is a cell. How is cell's address cell reference formed? Column, letter followed by a row number. Okay. Then which key do you hold down to select a range of adjacent cell? Shift key. Which key do you hold down to select non-adjacent cell? Control. What is the shortcut to select the entire worksheet? It is Control A. Okay. Now we are going to see how to do this editing cell content. You can modify or edit the content of cell either by replacing it or by edit mode. Spreadsheet make it very easy to change what is inside a cell without having to retype everything again. Okay, now over here, this is the first step they have given. It is the quickest way if you want to completely replace what is entered in the cell. Double click and select the cell you want to change, type the new content and then press enter. Now let's see, like over here, maybe I'm typing something. Maybe I've just misspelled apple. So now I am here in my another cell and I realize that I have misspelled. So what I'm going to do, when I'm clicking on it, you can see I don't have the cursor, but what I'll do, I'll double click and then I can retype it. So this is the one way that we can change the content inside the cell. Now, second we have is in the formula bar. Select the cell you want to edit. Its content will appear in the formula bar and click inside the formula bar. A blinking insertion point cursor will appear and you can change it. Now see, maybe apple, I want to change it with mango. So if I'll see in my formula bar, I have the same text. If I'll click on some other cell, I don't have any thing on the formula bar. Now if I'm going to click on apple, maybe I want to change it to mango. So from the formula bar also, you can see that I can change it. Next I have is replacing the content. This I have already shown with the formula bar. Next is we can even use the key that is F2 key. F2, if suppose I want to change mango to mango. So I have clicked on the cell. Now if I'll press F2 in my keyboard, F2 key from the keyboard, then I have this cursor and I can change it. Okay, this is how we can make the changes in the Excel. Now, formatting a cell. Formatting means changing the appearance of data without changing its actual value. Just like you might use different color or font in your handwriting to make important points stand out, you can format cell in Spreadsheet to improve clarity and presentation. Proper formatting makes your spreadsheet more professional and easier for others to understand. Now over here, this was the same example that I've been giving you for changing the text in a cell, and F2 is the shortcut key to edit cell in a content. Okay, so now we'll see how to format the text in a cell. We can change the font, we can change the font size, the size of the font and the color as well. The style of the font can also be changed, like bold, italic, underline, alignment, that is left, right, center. We can do wrap text. If you have a long sentence in a cell, it might appear to spill over into the next cell. Wrap text automatically adjusts the row height and wraps the text within the cell, making it all visible without overflowing. Then we have merge and center, borders, and fill color. It is also shading. So let us see how to do this. So over here, we have Excel. Again, let me just adjust the size. And in this, now we have the first thing is to change the font. Like over here, I have written this text as mangoes. Now I want to change the font. So I can just select any font that I want. Maybe this one, maybe other one. Let me just change the place. Control X and I can just Control V to change the place of the cell so that I can see the text that I'm changing like this. Whatever text I'm selecting, it is going to reflect on my cell where I have the text. Whatever font I'm selecting, okay? Maybe this font, whatever font I want, it can be reflected over here. Increasing the size of the text or decreasing the size from here, or we can use these numbers as well. Okay, so this is how you can change the font and the size. Then we have how to style it. So let us select this. Maybe I want to make it bold. Maybe I want to make it italicized. Maybe I want to underline it. I have double underline as well. So this is how I can select the styles for it. Then I can even change the color from here. And also, next we have is, see, my text is actually coming in, it is in one cell basically, but you can see so many different cell space has been occupied. What I can do is I can select all the cell and I can click on merge and center. So all the cell now has been combined into a single cell. I've merged all the cell together. Okay. Now maybe I'm typing something and it is coming out of that cell. Now what can I do is for this thing, I can use wrap text. So it is going to adjust my text in the cell like this. So these were few things that can be done with your editing cell features, and you can even give some background color to the text if you want. Let me select this. Let me just remove this one first. Okay, let's select this cell. I want to give a color, maybe the background shade to it. So this is how I can make it look more attractive. To apply formatting, most formatting options are found on the Home tab of your Spreadsheet program ribbon. Now see, this is the ribbon section and you have the Home tab and you can see that most of the formatting options are here. Select the cell you want to format like this and then go to your Home tab, look for the group like font, alignment, numbers and cell for borders and fill colors as well. Click on the desired formatting option and you can apply it. And it is going to look somewhat like this. You can even right-click on the selected cell and choose Format Cell to open a comprehensive dialog box with all the formatting options. Even the right-click is going to give you options for formatting. Okay, now here you have the mini report card design, somewhat like this, that you can practice on your PC and try to make this design. And redo action. In Spreadsheet, just like in many other computer programs, there are very helpful feature called as undo and redo. These features help you to reverse your command. These are the symbols for undo and redo. Undo command reverses your last action. If you accidentally delete some data or apply the wrong formatting, clicking undo will bring it back or revert the change. You can usually undo multiple steps, meaning you can go back several actions in time. Okay, so many actions can be undone at a time. Redo command reverses the undo command. If you undid something by mistake or you want to bring back a change you just undid, click redo. Will reapply that action. Like undo, you can often redo multiple steps. You will usually find the undo and redo button in the quick access toolbar. This is the quick access toolbar. There you get the undo and redo button with the save also, which is typically located at the very top left corner of your spreadsheet program window above the ribbon. Here you have the shortcut key. For undo, it is Control plus Z or Control plus Z, you can say, or Control Y is for redo. Okay. Now inserting cell, column and rows. So here they have given these steps how to insert row and column. I'll show you with the Excel. Now here we have undo and redo options. So over here, maybe I want to change the color of this from maybe red. I want to make it. Okay. Now I thought that no, maybe I didn't want it to do it red and I want to glue back. So I'll just click on undo. And redo is going to bring it back. Undo is going to undo it. Okay, this is undo and redo action. Now, how do we add more rows or column? Suppose I want to add a row here. I'll right click and I have insert option here. When I'm going to click on insert, it is going to give me a row here. Maybe I want to add a column. I'll click here and I'll add insert. See, I've got a column. So this is how we can add row and a column also. Here you have the same thing, how to insert row and a column. Now you can add row and column using the ribbon section as well. Okay, let me show you that. Let's come back to our Excel. Over here, maybe I want to add a row. Okay, and I have this option in my Home tab, that is Insert. Inside the Home tab, if I'll see, I have this cell group, and in this I have Insert Cell. So it is going to add a row. Okay, Insert Sheet Rows. So again a row. If I'm adding a cell, that means I'm adding a cell over here. So it is going to increase the row only. Okay, maybe I want to delete a cell. So it is going to remove it. Okay, and then maybe I want to delete a row. It is going to remove it. Delete a sheet. It is going to take away the sheet. I'll just add one sheet over here and then I'll show you how to remove it. The delete sheet. So it is going to remove. Okay, maybe I want to insert a sheet. I will add a sheet here. So from here also, from the ribbon section also, you can add sheet or rows or columns, whatever you want. Okay, maybe over here, I want to add a column, so I can do it. Maybe I want to delete a column and I can do that. So by just right clicking also, you have insert option, and over here also in the ribbon, you have insert option. Have the steps over here for deleting cell, column and rows. This we have already done. I'll show you one more time. And after this, we have the other thing, that is about changing the row height and the column width. That I'll show you how to do it in the Excel. So over here, let us see how to delete a row or a column. From here I've already shown, or you can right click and also you have the delete option in this. So shift cell to the left. If you are going to click on delete, entire row and entire column, maybe you want to delete. There was nothing in the cell, that's why it was not moving at all that time. Now over here also you have the same option. You can delete whatever you want. Now then you have the next thing is height, row height. So when you're clicking on row height, let's make it to 25. So you can see the selected cell, the row of the selected cell, this height has been increased. Column width maybe of the same one. Let's make it to 12. And see, the height has been changed. This is how you can change the width and height of the cell as well. Here we have copying and moving data. The main thing over here is the shortcut key. Control C, Control V, and Control X. Control C is for copy, Control V is to paste, and Control X is to cut. I'll show you how to do this. Now over here, you have maybe this cell you want to cut from here. So I'll press Control and X, and I want to paste it over here. Control and V. So it came out. Okay. Control X, and maybe I want it here. Control and V. So now that is a merge, that is why it is not showing over here. Now the next thing is copy. Control and C for copy, and I want to Control V somewhere else. So it's here. It is the duplicate of the previous one. So these were the shortcut key. Apart from the shortcut key, you have these options over here in the clipboard. In the home tab, in the clipboard group also, you have the same thing, cut and copy and paste. You can simply use that. So over here, let's use this cut, and I want to paste it over here and paste. Okay, maybe I want to copy this. I'll click copy and I want to paste it over here, and let's do it over here. Paste. Okay, so this is how you can use cut, copy, paste option also in Excel. Chapter, the next we have is AutoFill feature. This AutoFill feature, I'll show you how to do this and what is AutoFill. For this, let us take a new sheet, and in this, first of all, AutoFill feature is in a spreadsheet is it is like automatically filling data in the adjacent cell based on the pattern you establish. Okay, so it comes automatically whatever pattern you want. Let us see how. Now for this, let us fill two cell with some pattern. Maybe January, February I want, but I don't want the complete thing, only short form of it. Okay, and I want this pattern for the rest of the cell also. So what I'm going to do is, after filling the first two cell, I'm going to select them, one and the other one, by pressing on my shift key and then clicking on it. Now in the editing group over here, in the home tab, in the editing group, I have fill option. Okay, so when I'm going to click on it, from here, I have this option of series. I can click on series. Okay, and then I have autofill. I click on autofill and then I click OK. And after that, I'll come over here and I'll drag the mouse across the cells. And you see the pattern has come automatically. So this is autofill feature. Now in this we have custom listing. Okay, how to create custom list. Custom list, let me explain you first, are the list of values which you can save with Excel and use them anytime later. Depending on the requirement, custom list can be created. Okay, so I can just save the list and I can just use it anytime I want. So let us see how to do that. Here you can see in this diagram, step-wise, everything has been given, the steps how to create the custom list. I'm going to show this practically over here. Now, first of all, to create the custom list, let's create a new sheet. I'll show you on a new blank sheet. Over here, first of all, we'll have to go to a file tab. And in the file tab, I have this option for options. When I'm clicking on options in the Excel, here are some of the options that the Excel usually give us. Okay, and over here I have to click on advanced. Okay, after clicking on advanced, I have to scroll towards the journal option. Here I have journal. Okay, in this journal, I am going to click on custom list, edit custom list. Clicking on this, I have few custom lists that we have already created. I can even create more for my convenience as I want for the data. Now over here, I'm going to be making a custom list. So let us create. Let's name it as sales. Then next I want is admin. Then I want is technical. Then another I want is HR. Next I want is support. Then I want store. So this list that I have made over here, and I have been clicking on add button, it is coming over here. That means it has been created in the custom list. It has been added over here. Okay. After creating the list, I'm going to be clicking on OK. Okay. And again. Now let us see if we have that. Now over here, I want to write sales. And when I click on the handle and drag, you see everything's come automatically. This is how you can even create custom lists. Okay, now this was it for this chapter. I'll see you in the next chapter now. I hope you enjoyed the chapter. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos. Like, share and comment your thoughts below. Keep learning, keep growing. See you.